Grew up making downtown Sioux City a place where people want to live, work, and play. A recent survey for residents has helped outline what downtown partners can do to make it even better. KTIV's community impact reporter Taylor Decker takes us downtown to talk about some of the concerns and the ideas.
My favorite part about living downtown is that I can walk everywhere and it doesn't bother me in January or July.
Downtown resident Mark Prosser and his wife Dawn downsized to a condo overlooking 4th Street a few years ago.
We decided to move here, and it was a lifestyle change. We moved from a house and a yard and a patio to a little bit simpler life, sized down.
Prosser is on the board for downtown Sioux City, working to gather opinions from residents through the survey. Out of the 8 apartment complexes that participated in this survey, they range all the way from 8th Street down to the riverfront. There are about 1,000 people that live in the downtown Sioux City area.
The board of directors wanted the survey to go out to those folks who live downtown. They want to grow that population downtown. It brings a different type of vibrancy.
Now let's talk cleanliness. Residents in the downtown survey say that they rate a 6 or 7 out of 10 when it comes to downtown Sioux City being clean.
There's a lot of traffic down here too, and a lot of people moving through, so it is a constant challenge and effort to maintain cleanliness when you have a high traffic volume.
Safety was the biggest concern, talking about people sleeping in public spaces, cleanliness issues, wanting increased security measures with more cameras and lighting, and traffic safety.
Working with downtown partners and then the police department as well, we get information all the time about certain safety practices that are best.
How often do you bike to work? Majority of the answers say never, but that could change.
And so there's conversations about options there that we see in other municipalities on bicycles or scooters being available in another fashion other than privately owned. But that's just been penciled in and talking about that, but that would all be enhanced by bike lanes.
Sioux City's downtown partners says they are always working to address concerns and improve the downtown area. In Sioux City, Taylor Decker, KTIV News 4.
Cleanliness, safety, and transportation, just a few of the things addressed by this survey. You can see the full survey by going to KTIV.com.